The morning sun stretched long, lazy fingers across the Dukist garden, illuminating 1,000 shimmering cobwebs. It was laundry day, and the air smelled of damp earth and lavender soap. On the right strap, gleaming like a drop of candy apple blood, was her favorite button. It was red, perfect, and irreplaceable. Mama Cat worked with a steady, rhythmic grace, pinning up the big things, the sheets that billowed like ship sails, the tablecloths patterned with faded sunflowers. Baby Cat's duty was the smaller items. She concentrated fiercely, her little tongue poking out, clamping pegs onto the corners of her own tiny socks and handkerchiefs. She felt so grown up, so essential, the red button on her shoulder winking in the light with every single movement. Then came the grand finale, the big white bedsheet. Mama Cat held one end high, and Baby Cat, determined to help, grabbed a corner. Her own mouth fell open in a mirror of dismay. She crawled her nose to the ground, the world shrinking to a desperate search grid. But the button was gone, swallowed by the earth. Her overalls were broken. Her perfect morning was ruined. Mama Cat, having secured the billowing sheet, looked over It was all wrong. It was ugly. It was not her button. Mama Cat saw this and nodded. The next market day dawned bright and busy. Instead of her usual basket of vegetables, Mama Cat packed her very finest goods, jars of golden honey that caught the sun, and bundles of dried lavender that perfumed the air around her cart. It was a long, dusty walk to the town square, the cobbles hot underfoot. All day, Mama Cat stood by her cart, not selling for coins. She would point to a jar of honey, then point to a merchant's finest ribbon or a pottery mug, and shake her head. She placed 2 jars of honey and 3 large bundles of lavender on his counter. The tailor, a whiskered old tabby, peered at her. Then he understood. He rummaged in a drawer beneath his counter and brought out a small wooden cigar box. Inside, on a bed of velvet, lay his treasure, specialty buttons. He picked one out, a perfect gleaming red button, smooth and bright as a polished apple. He dropped it into Mama Cat's waiting paw. The trade was complete. Meanwhile, back at the cottage, Baby Cat faced the empty threads, inspired by Mama Cat's quiet resolve. She gathered her broken crayon stubs, the blues and yellows and greens, found a smooth patch of wall by the hearth. With intense concentration, she began to draw. She drew Mama Cat's kind face, her gentle paws, the loaf of bread on the table. It was a portrait of her anchor, made with the last of her colors. The cottage door creaked open as the sunset painted the kitchen orange. Mama Cat stood there, tired from the journey, dust on her fur. She didn't present a bag of treats or a new toy. She simply walked to Baby Cat, opened her paw, and there it was. The red button. Not just a replacement, but a perfect twin, perhaps even brighter than the lost one. Baby Cat's breath caught. She touched it with a reverent claw. That night, under the gentle pull of light from the oil lamp, Mama Cat threaded a needle with strong black thread. Baby Cat sat very still, wearing her overalls, watching as the needle dove in and out, pulling the new red button tight against the denim. Each stitch was a suture, mending more than just fabric. When the final knot was tied and bitten off, Mama Cat gave the button a firm tap with her paw, secure, anchored. Baby Cat looked down at the restored brilliance on her shoulder. Then she did something she hadn't planned. She climbed into Mama Cat's lap, not to cuddle, but to listen. She turned her head and pressed her small ear hard against that smooth red disc. And there it was, through the wood and the thread and the fabric, the steady, deep, reassuring thump-thump of Mama Cat's heart beating right beneath it. The button was no longer just a decoration. It was a listening post for love, a red shield over the most important sound in her world. She closed her eyes, and Mama Cat rested her chin on the small, button-adorned head, the lamp casting their single, contented shadow on the mended wall. Thank you so much for watching. We hope this story warmed your heart. Don't forget to subscribe for more gentle tales.